Hi, this is Willow Rothenhan. I'm talking here today with Joshua Fuller. He is a junior at Gloucester High School. Thanks, Josh, for talking to me today.
Yeah.
So you have had to, school has been canceled due to coronavirus. How has that transition been for you, and how are your classes going to be held in the coming weeks and maybe months?
It's been kind of rough. Mostly because like in school we're still going from that paper to online transition, and everyone's trying to get online, but there still is that paper aspect. So it's hurting not only me but a lot of my friends' grades for things we can't turn in because they're not on the internet. Um, in us I want to say socially it's been more challenging to be able to interact. It's much easier, I should say, to go up to your teacher and ask for help than to email them. Not having that teacher student interaction like face to face is really rough. I haven't gotten we haven't gotten a whole lot of information from our teachers quite yet. um we've gotten a few emails from some teachers starting to do there's this website called Zoom, and it's like a Skype like thing, but for like group management calls, but we're using it for teachers. A lot of teachers my art teacher recently started using them, and they're kind of, they don't work terribly great because not everyone has access to like great internet, so it's like not terrific, but it's we're trying the best we can, at least.
So that's how it's affecting your education. You talk about how everyone is working now from home. So is your family practicing social distancing, and if so, in what way?
We don't leave the house, or well, we don't go to like we don't do the things that we used to do anymore. Like we don't go out to restaurants anymore. I haven't really been out of the house in probably a week and a half. I go outside to get like a breath of fresh air to take out the dog or something like that, but I don't go to the super I don't the children have not gone to the supermarket. That is only one parent goes, and when they go they're super cautious, don't really talk to people. Hand sanitizer, lots of hand sanitizer. Um, we're not allowed to hang out with friends. Like I still video chat my friends and like text them every day. But we don't talk to family, or we don't go do family things that we would normally do, which has been really kind of rough because the 2 days ago my great grandfather passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was a good guy. So it's, and it was his time. But it's been really rough for my family, because we want to get together with the family and everyone and see everyone, but it's kind of tough when there's a virus going around and we're trying to, not get it and give it to other people.
Well, I'm so sorry to hear your loss. I can't imagine having to be distant from your family at a time like that. I think that's probably something that is happening all over the nation and all over the world. Do you have any words of advice for people who may be in emotionally similar situations?
Um, just be together with the family that you are at home with, I guess. Just like, play board games and watch a movie, don't like, not just don't focus on the fact that, like, obviously remember that person as best you can, but like just just be like, yeah, we're all here, we're together as much as we can be for the time being, you know, just emotionally, just try and keep everything together. Just try to, like, morale, I should say.
Mm.
Just, I don't know.
So, in your texting and your video calls with your friends, how are people that you're talking to responding to coronavirus, to this pandemic?
I've gotten a lot of mixed responses. Like, there's the occasional kid who's like, "Yay, no school," because it's like, "Wow, awesome." But a lot of my friends have been getting like cabin fever, and we're only like a week in, which is kind of bad. Um, I get messages from my friends being like, "Oh, you know what? Like that new movie was supposed to come out, but we can't go see it," and then we get kind of bummed about it. But everyone kind of feels almost cooped up. But I don't want to say it's a good thing because it really isn't. But a lot of good things like opportunities, like a lot of my friends are musicians, and they've gotten a lot more time to focus on music and writing, which is really nice. I've gotten a lot of time to focus on music too, um, but I don't want to say that it's been rough, especially on people's like emotionally, because it's not great when you can't go and see and hug your friends like every day. So it's like emotionally draining because you're like, "Oh, hey, I missed you, so I call you on the phone," and it's not really the same. But I'd say that most people are doing okay, but a lot of people, it's just it feels like isolation, and everyone's kind of getting lonely and bored.
Lonely and bored. So, how do you think all of these lonely and bored teenagers are going to respond to this situation in their political ideology? How do you think that this crisis is going to shape the way that our generation thinks in that sense?
Well, I'd like to think that this is going to make people think more liberally, economically speaking, because this is having a huge effect on the economy because, like businesses are shutting down. I'd like to think that people are going to be more open to social programs, like those ideas of, free healthcare and like free education and free higher education, or reduced cost higher education at the least, because not everyone is doing great uh, financially right now, which is really not, it kind of sucks. But I think that it's going to help people better understand other people's situations more, to be more understanding and less be like, "Oh, the kid with, shabby clothes, like, why can't she just dress nicer?" Or, I think that people will be more empathetic to other people's situations, um, when we haven't been, in the past years. I think that people will be more, or I'd like to think that people would be more um, accepting of other people and their situations instead of just being like, "Hey, he's the poor kid," being like, "Hey, his family's going through a rough time,"
Mm-hmm.
like, I'd like to think that people are going to be more active in things, in politics because of this, because we're the young adult, we're becoming adults, and we are the next generation of people, um, which is kind of scary considering the time that we're becoming adults is kind of unfortunate, but we're growing up, and I guess it's a good thing for us, but also a bad thing for the world. But I think that once we make it out of this, it's going to be great for learning, because we'll have to live through a hardship, which is I feel like, well, the older generations of people were like, "Oh, you guys have it so easy, and now we're going into this." So I think that I think that it'll be better for everybody, um, to help their views, I should say, think more liberally and be more empathetic.
All right. Well, thank you so much for speaking with me today, Josh.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right. Have a great social distancing experience.